Head coach.
We get to stay another day. We tried to find a way not to do that, but I'm excited about that. We were just talking in the locker room, and as focused as the girls were, and as much effort as they've put into the preparation for the tournament, just the feeling in the locker room was pretty electric, and you kind of knew that it was really going to either pay off for us or it was just going to kind of have us off sync. And you guys know what happened as far as that was concerned. But I just thought today, you know, Lakota really, like she's done several times this year, and she's so important to us, but it was really Lakota's offensive leadership that really sealed it for us here today. A lot of just a high turnover game for us today. I was glad that we rebounded as well as we did as far as the margin was concerned, and didn't shoot the ball very well, but at the same time, just found a way to do it, and that's been part of what we've had to do this year. We kind of joke about we have times, and I even saw microcosms of it in today's game. There's some very pretty plays, and there's some good, you know, team sharing of the basketball, and then we just kind of get to the point that nobody wants to make the play, you know, and we're kind of looking for somebody else to do it. And we kind of had both of those ends of the spectrum happen at times today as well. But I'm proud of these young women. They just represent our university really, really well. I'll tell you one thing that really kind of threw us off sync was just the early loss of Jordy Gilbert with foul trouble, and I was even just joking about her fifth foul that I think she got. She literally was trying to run away from the player, and you know the player kind of came down how she got her fifth foul, so it was just not meant to be for her today, and that's one of the reasons why we just found ourselves treading water a little bit from time to time, but happy to move forward, and congratulations to JD. I was telling the girls in the locker room even that if there's one program that I don't want to play 3 times in our league, it's really JD and his Western Illinois program, because he's so creative and so good at adjustments, and it's just you're always sweating bullets a little bit, kind of wondering what he's going to tweak, you know, in preparation for you. So, but congrats to him, and he does a great job.
Questions for Lakota?
Lakota, second really big game for you against Western. What is it about the matchup that really kind of favors what you like to do offensively?
I think whenever we talk about playing them, our scouting report, we talk about inside touches and then getting it out. And I mean, obviously my specialty is shooting the 3, and I like to shoot the 3. So I think it's just about finding those gaps and getting the ball inside, just working the ball around. You mentioned shooting the 3 is your strength. Your biggest bucket may have been kind of the clear out there when you guys were up 3 in the final seconds. Was that just something where it's like, okay, I want the ball, get out of my way, and I'm going to make a basket? Yeah, essentially. That's just a flat play. It's just about making a read and just going to get a bucket when we needed it.
What is it about Western that just never lets you quite get too comfortable? Because it seemed like you guys were in control for most of that game, and then all of a sudden it became a one-possession game almost out of nowhere. Yeah, I think they're just a good matchup for us. We do have some matchup problems with our tall post, our 6'4" post, and they have shooting guards that are Washington can shoot the ball, but I don't know. We just practiced it all week, and we had a tough time, but I think we just came through when we needed to. Last time you guys played, it was an up and down shootout. Yeah. Today it was kind of it's similar to the first game you guys played, except maybe not as good as shooting. What were you guys able to do defensively to really limit what Western wanted to do on offense? I think game plan wise, we talked about being in gaps because they want the drive and the kick for the shot. But I think we stayed together on defense, and we knew it's a game. We know it's a game of runs, and I talked about that in the huddles, and we just got to keep our composure and play defense and stay defensive minded.
Any other questions for Lakota? All right, Lakota, you can head back to the locker room. Thank you. Questions for Coach?
Coach, I asked Lakota about it, her going to basket. Did you call that, or was that just, as you mentioned, her maturity saying, this is my game, this is my team, we're winning it, whether I do it or not? Sorry to interrupt you. Yes, no.
I'm with you, though. But it's definitely a play call for her because she has that mentality. You know, she wants the ball in her hand. She wants to have an opportunity, especially when we had several times today that we did a really poor job overall at just in transition offense today, of getting up quickly into what we wanted to do. We kind of just played possession basketball back and forth. So we found ourselves a couple of times down the stretch going to kind of that 1-4 flat call just because it's a broken play to that point, and Lakota's as good as 50%, you know, if you've got the ball in her hands. But she definitely is a special, you know, she's a special senior in that regard, that she wants that opportunity as well, and it's whatever she comes up with is going to be as pretty as anything at that point that we're in a broken play on.
Yeah, at Western, Sarah was huge off the bench for you. Right. today Jordan gets in foul trouble and Katie does the job? Is that just a sign of your versatility that you've got? You can bring girls off your bench who are going to maybe impact offensive players.
Yeah, Katie's a highlight for us today. She had a little stretch there that she hit 2 or 3 in a row, and we were already teasing about her because she went 1 for 2 from the free throw line on that one possession towards the end, and the first one was so bad you kind of heard the whole crowd feel sorry for her. Kind of, ooh, that was bad. But so just understand Katie's personality. No one's going to let her live that down for at least 3 months. We just love to ride her, and so Katie coming in is kind of our other athletic guard like Jordan, that we really feel like you can put her on quicker penetrators and she can do a good job. And then offensively, she did a good job there in that little stretch for us today as well.
Injuries have really plagued your program the last few years. Now that you guys are starting to be healthy, do you kind of feel like, all right, now we can start being a little bit more consistent and be that top of the conference team if we can stay healthy?
Yeah, this is, gosh, maybe almost up to 4 years, but for sure out of this year, out of the last 3 years, is really the first time that we've come to Sioux Falls with a healthy squad, that we're ready to go. Last year it was Maria Martinez. We were kind of injury plagued as a whole team 2 years before that. But it's a great question and really true. And I think the biggest thing now is for us to continue to kind of increase our guard size a little bit. We're still kind of playing the 5'8" guard realm, whereas the South Dakotas are kind of playing the 5'10" to 6 foot guard realm. And that's one of the things that that'll be a big deal for us tomorrow, because I think the 2 state schools here in South Dakota do the best job of trying to kind of take advantage of using the guard post-up, matchup situation in both programs. That'll be something that we'll talk about tonight in preparation. But overall, I think we've got some pieces of the puzzle that are starting to come together this year more than the last 3 or 4 seasons for us. We've had the firepower that I was talking to a high school coach just the other day about. We've been really Faith Ihim, Maria Martinez dominated for the last couple of years, never beaten Western Illinois when that's been the case, because we needed everything to happen in the paint, and they're still running at you even if you're in the paint. And so this year we were able to kind of spread the floor, put up more firepower from the arc, and just kind of gets back to your guard play's got to be strong, especially in the Summit League, in order to be successful, and that's kind of what we've been able to enjoy this year. Yeah.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Good, thank you.